Good evening, everybody out there on Facebook and YouTube. JDev has returned once again to give you exactly what you want. Of course, that would be more of me giving my thoughts and my expert analysis. Duh! What I'm going to be doing tonight is I'm actually going to be redoing my favorite characters of all time from Game of Thrones. Now, I did this video before, but I wasn't happy with a couple things with it. For one, I only did a top 10 list. I can do 20. And for two, I'd only watched the series one time all the way through. Now I'm rewatching the series and having a much better recollection of what happened and who I like and don't like. So here we go. Let's do the list again. I want to do it better before the new season comes out. And we got a ways to go. April 14, 2019 is the date that I keep hearing. I don't know if HBO has confirmed that or not, but that's what I hear. But before I go into details, of course, I let you guys know there could be spoilers. So if you're not caught up on Game of Thrones or don't want anything spoiled, then you probably shouldn't watch the video. But hey, if you want to watch it, just be here to hear my voice. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. Let's get started. Number 20 on the list will be Tommen Baratheon. One of the only sane Lannisters. I mean, they all do their evil deeds at some point or another, but Tommen, to my recollection, hasn't done anything wrong to anybody. He was just a laid-back, cool king that did his job, was good for the people and good for the kingdom, and had a really hot queen wife and Lady Margaery Tyrell, and he was just great. I liked Tommen. Sadly, Lady Margaery blows up in the explosion at the end of season 6, and Tommen decides to opt out and jump out of the castle. I don't know how far of a jump that was, but it was pretty high, and he's no longer with us anymore. So it's unfortunate. But I had to put Tommen on the list just because he was pretty sane and one of the good Lannisters all the way through. Number 19, I'm going to have to go with Robb Stark. Brought a lot of dignity to the Stark family, especially after Ned's beheading. He was really good. He was really good at strategizing against the Lannisters. He took the fight to them, so to speak, and he was really good. Now, unfortunately, he didn't plan enough. And they got ambushed at the wedding, which we all hated. That was a very sad moment, very intense and sad moment. But unfortunately, Robb didn't make it that far. That was a really brutal death for Robb Stark, but it was certainly memorable. And I wish he would have lived a little bit longer. But he was good for his time, and I definitely liked him. So Robb Stark, number 19. Number 18, I have Samwell Tarly. Now, Samwell, he did a lot of things he probably shouldn't have done just by stumbling upon something. He killed a White Walker by himself. Just other random stuff, figuring out things, reading certain texts, curing Jorah. Just a lot of different things Samwell's done in his time on the show. And I hope they give him a little bit more to do in the final season. I'm not sure how much time he'll get because they have so many characters that they have to devote so much time to. It's going to be interesting, but certainly Samwell has come a long way since his introduction on the show, and I like him, so hopefully he does everything he needs to do. Excuse me a second when I just check something out here. So Samwell, number 18. Now, number 17, I have a Lannister, and that would be the great and powerful Tywin Lannister. You cannot dislike Tywin. He was great. He was ruthless. He did what he had to do for the Lannisters. I mean, he was responsible, essentially, for killing Robb Stark. He made a deal with Walder Frey and all that mumbo-jumbo BS. But he was a great king, or he was really king, but he was more of the king's hand, and he was awesome. It's unfortunate that he wasn't on the series as much as he should have been, because I would have liked to see Tywin, on the series for a couple more seasons. But nonetheless, he had to come in on the list at number 17. Number 16, we have a lot of people's favorite character, Daenerys Targaryen. I like Daenerys. I find some of her story arc a little boring, and it's kind of nap time with her. I don't know why. She's hot. I like it when she gets naked. But certainly Daenerys, her story got a little bit more interesting in Season 7 with the things with Jon Snow, with the dragons, with the White Walkers. Shit just got crazy, and maybe that's what they were waiting for. But it sucks that they had to wait till the final 2 seasons to have Daenerys actually do something worthwhile instead of just walking from different place to a different place like she mostly had been doing. So Daenerys, number 16 on the list. Number 15, we have somebody that a lot of people probably won't remember, and that would be Maester Luwin. I liked Maester Luwin. He was a good Maester for Winterfell. Gave a lot of good advice to Brandon Stark, or Bran, and he even helped out Osha, and actually forgave Theon Greyjoy for what he did. And I quote something to the degree of, Theon, I know what you're doing right now is not the real Theon. You go and do this. Go join the Night's Watch. Whatever the case may be, obviously we know that didn't happen for Theon. But the Maester was a good character, and I wish he was still around. It was unfortunate that he was laying by that tree and then had Osha finish him off in season 3. Or no, was it season 2? But nonetheless, he makes the list, and he was a good Maester, like I said. Moving along with the list, coming in at the number 14 spot, we have one of the better actors on the show, in my opinion, and that would be Sir Davos Seaworth. Davos is a really good character. He adds a lot of depth to his scenes, I think, especially giving Stannis his advice and giving Stannis his displeasure about Melisandre. But I really like Davos. I liked what he did with letting Gendry go, and he's a good character. Now I don't know what he's going to do in season 8, how far he's going to make it. I hope he makes it all the way through, but I have a feeling Davos' time on Game of Thrones is numbered. But it's definitely Davos, number 14, well deserving. Number 13, we have the one, the only, Tyrion Lannister. Yes, Tyrion, one of the better actors on the show, like Davos, adds a lot of depth to his character, and he's got to do something because, the actor is, not very tall and whatnot, but he's a show stealer, in my opinion. But Tyrion is a great character. Until the stuff with Daenerys gets a little boring a little bit, because Daenerys stayed in the same place or went real slow to different places, and that story needed to pick up. But Tyrion certainly is entertaining. Wondering what his issue was at the end of season 7 when Jon and Daenerys were getting it on. He was standing there really pissed. It's like something we didn't see on camera happen or something like that. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, I had to put Tyrion on the list at number 13. Now, at number 12, we have somebody from the very first season, the main character, well, at least we think, from the very first season. That would be Ned Stark. Yes, Sean Bean's character was good. I liked what he did on the show. It's unfortunate that he was only in 9 episodes, but he certainly made it interesting to watch Game of Thrones. It's very shocking to see him get beheaded. You thought at the last second something was going to happen. And I know there's theories that he's not really dead and that he's the faceless man. Sorry, my nose itches here. I guess I was doing too much cocaine before I did the video. But Ned Stark is definitely worthy of being on the list. And I know some people don't even like him, but I like him, and I like the actor Sean Bean. So I'm putting him on my list, and he's number 12. Now, number 11, we have Ygritte, the wildling from Season 3 and Season 4 that gets it on with Jon Snow. And they both get together in real life and get married this year. I really liked Ygritte's character. She was just great. She really gave some more depth to Jon Snow and made him a lot more interesting than he really is. So certainly deserving. It was a tragic death to have her die at the end of Season 4. It would have been nice to see her go on. I think her and Jon were a better couple than Jon and Daenerys. Well, especially because they're not related. And Ygritte, great. It's sad that she had to go, but she certainly deserves to be on the list at number 11. Well, we've gotten through 10, and now we're up to the top 10. Coming in at number 10 on the list, we have Jon Snow. Speaking of Ygritte, Jon Snow, number 10. It's completely logical Jon Snow should be on this list. He's one of the main characters on Game of Thrones. He has a really good story arc. He's more interesting than some characters, although giving him Ygritte was nice to make him even more interesting than he already is. And I just like Jon Snow. I'm not sure what his fate is going to be at the end of the show, who he's going to be with. I don't think he'll end up with Daenerys at the end. I think their relationship is going to be very short, especially once Samwell tells him, Jon, did you know that you're fucking your aunt? That was a terrible Samwell impersonation, but you get the drift what I'm going with that. But nonetheless, Jon Snow, number 10. Number 9, we have Jorah Mormont, Daenerys' right-hand man. I like Jorah. I just find him really interesting. I like the actor. He's great. He does a good job. He fights for Daenerys, even though he's not going to get Daenerys. But hey, he doesn't give up. He just keeps trying. I'm not sure how it's going to end for him, but I have a feeling he won't make it out of season 8 alive. But hey, you never know. I mean, somebody's got to live. They can't all just die, can they? But certainly Jorah, good character, deserving to be on the list at number 9. Number 8, some of you will disagree with this choice, Cersei Lannister. You can't do this without Cersei. You can't have the show without Cersei. Cersei is like the glue that keeps the show together, in my opinion. She's evil, she's vindictive, and she's all about Cersei. She was all about the Lannister name and her children, but now it's just about Cersei. I mean, look what she did at the end of season 6. That was fucking chaos. But Cersei, she's awesome. Not sure what her fate will be. Not even sure if she's pregnant or not. Who knows? We don't know. It's going to be a while before we find out. But certainly, Cersei had to be on this list, and she's on the list at number 8. Number 7, we have a character that was only in a few episodes, but it was a memorable character, and I'm going to put him on the list. And I know some of you will disagree with me, and that will be Syrio Forel. Yes, Arya's dance instructor. He was great. He was funny. He was entertaining. And he was a cocky son of a bitch. And we don't know really what happened to him. I mean, it's implied that he died, but we don't see him die on screen. And then there's rumors that he's the Faceless Man because he was from Braavos, and that was where Jagara was from. Who knows? But I have to put Syrio Forel on the list at number 7, very high on the list, just because I liked the character, thought it was entertaining. I'm really dying to know if he really died or not, because it's undetermined. So there you have it. Moving along, number 6 on my list, we have Sandor the Hound Clegane. Yes, the Hound, number 6. The Hound is such a great character. He's had so much go on, you know, from early in the show where he was the dog for the king that did what the king wanted, to telling the king to fuck off and just doing what he wanted to do, and he's a badass. The Hound is just awesome with his issue, you know, his time with Brienne and Arya and just everything the Hound has done. He's such a great character. Who cares if he's got half of his face burnt? He's so awesome. He's so great. His lines are so great, and he's a good character. I hope the Hound makes it through the show, but it sounds like the Hound isn't. I'm not sure if we're going to have the Clegane Bull or not. We don't really need to. That would kind of be pointless because the Hound has had such a great arc that we can just keep things the way we are. But nonetheless, he makes the list at number 6 because he's so awesome. Now, number 5, we have Osha, the wildling from season 2 and season 3, and a little bit in season 6, I think, or was it season 5? She was really good. They kind of made her look ugly at times, but she was still hot. I think she's underrated as one of the hottest chicks on the show, but she was just great. She just randomly became friends with Brandon Stark, or Bran, really quickly, and I thought they got along really good. She helped Bran on his journey with Hodor and Rickon to, you know, get him away from Winterfell and to wherever they were going. I don't remember all the names of the places yet. That's coming. But I really liked Osha. I thought she was really good. She did a lot, I think, for Brandon. Hodor. That got old quickly. But yes, I have to put her on the list because I really liked her. And I really liked what she did with Theon. You know, slept with him and then got up early and helped them get out. She was great. And then fucking Ramsay got to her. That fucking asshole. That's the only thing that Ramsay did that I didn't like, was when he killed Osha. But nonetheless, she makes the list at number 5. Number 4, we have Lady Margaery Tyrell. I really liked Margaery Tyrell. I just really enjoyed her character. I thought she was really good. I liked her relationship with Tommen. I'm glad her relationship with Joffrey didn't last very long, because Joffrey was just we don't even need to go there. We already know Joffrey was just despicable. But yes, I did like Margaery. I liked, you know, I don't know. I just really liked Margaery. I thought she was really good. She was nice, and she was just awesome. I wish she was still on the show. Did she really die in that explosion? Okay, yeah, she probably did, but we don't see her actually die, so you never know. Things, weird, stranger things are happening. They can always time travel. Marjorie Tyrell, number 4. Number 3, we have Braun. Braun is so great, just like the Hound. He has great lines. He's funny. He's an awesome fighter. Not much can be said. Braun is just great. I wish they would give him more. He doesn't really have a big role in the show. He's really low on the credits or the intro for Game of Thrones. He's one of the last people, but he's just awesome. I have a feeling Braun is going to make it through the whole show too. I don't see him dying, but who knows? We shall find out. And number 2, this is really hard, and I go back and forth on this all the time. And to be honest, I don't remember who I put at number 1 well, I know who was number 1 or 2. There's 2 different people, but I don't remember who was 1 last time. But I'm going to put Jaime Lannister at number 2. Jaime started off hated from the very first episode when he pushed Brandon Stark off the castle and onto the ground, and he was just a dick prick. But then he just changed, with his thing with Brienne and just everything he's done. I just really like Jaime. I think he's a good character. I don't know if he's going to make it through the show. Somebody's got to live, but I don't know. Jaime, I think, will end up dying, hopefully saving the day for somebody. There's rumors that he could end up with Daenerys. That would be a little interesting, but hey, that's cool. And it really sucked when Jaime lost his hand. Like, they broke Jaime for sure. But he came back, he persevered, but I was scared as shit in the Season 7 finale. The Dragon and the Wolf, I believe the title is. When Cersei and Jaime were talking, and then Jaime's like, what, are you going to have him kill me? And Cersei kind of goes and nods her head, and then the Mountain draws his sword. I'm like, no! Thankfully, nothing happened to Jaime, but that was scary. And hopefully Jaime lives out the show. But he's certainly a good guy, and I want to see him. I want to see him kill Cersei. That would be amazing. Or maybe it'll be Arya as Jaime killing Cersei. That's what's rumored to happen. Who knows, though. And of course, with that mentioned, my favorite character on Game of Thrones. I think actually the main character on Game of Thrones, because you've seen a lot of different things through her eyes, and that would be, of course, Arya Stark. Arya is just awesome. She's badass from her days with her dance instructor, Syrio Forel, and just the things that she's done, the people that she's gotten revenge on. Walder Frey, that fucking asshole that he is. And just everybody. Arya is awesome. Her time with the Hound. Just what a good character. I really like Arya. She's great. They've built her up great. And what she did to Littlefinger, or Lord Baelish, whatever you want to call him, that was just classic. My sister asked you a question. Loved it. That was amazing. So there you have it. That's the list. My top 20 favorite characters. Okay, let's go over it again in case you forgot some people. So number 20, Tommen Baratheon. Number 19, Robb Stark. Number 18, Samwell Tarly. Number 16 was Tywin Lannister. Number 17 was Tywin Lannister. Number 16, Daenerys Targaryen. Wait, number 17, Tywin. Number 16, Daenerys. Number 15, Maester Luwin. Number 14, Ser Davos. Number 13, Tyrion. Number 12, Ned Stark. Number 11, Ygritte. Number 10, Jon Snow. Number 9, Jorah Mormont. Number 8, Cersei Lannister. Number 7, the Shocker, Syrio Forel. Number 6, the Hound, the Clegane, the awesome one. Number 5, Osha. Number 4, Marjorie Tyrell. Number 3, Bronn. Number 2, Jaime Lannister. And number 1, Arya. Sorry about the mix-up there. I was trying to read what I wrote, and I crossed off some things, so I didn't quite catch it. So there's the list. Obviously, I want you to share yours. Now, you don't have to do a top 20 list unless you have one, but it would certainly be interesting. I know I did this video before, and you probably already did that, but do it again. Let's keep the discussion going. We don't have Game of Thrones until April of 2019, most likely. So let's keep this going. I Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back again soon.